Welcome back to Frank's Talks Books. This is a place for nerds who like words. As a certified bookworm, I always find pleasure in talking about books I like and believe it's my duty to talk about books that I don't like. I mean, if I don't tell people what not to read, how will they know? Come, join me in my journey through the wonderful world of fantasy and fiction. I talk about books every week here. If you like what you hear, please share the good word with all your friends and family. And for some reason you don't like what you hear, feel free to discontinue. Let's get reading. Accidental Alchemist Mystery Series by Gigi Pandian. There are a bunch of things that make a series your favorite. Characters, storyline, plot twist, sometimes even villains. So when you see a book about a 100-plus-year-old alchemist who meets a stone gargoyle who speaks French and cooks vegan and eventually turns into her roommate, your interest is likely to peak up, doesn't it? You remember I said I have a thing about European accents? Now, French is a particular favorite of mine. I simply love the way French people talk. There is a special twang in French that makes everything said in French accent super fun. Gigi Pandian's Accidental Alchemist series is a book series that has about 8 books in it. The first one was released in 2015 and then a book every year, almost. The series' last or the latest one, the 8th one, was released earlier this year. The premise of this novel is rooted in some really unusual themes. I mean, I haven't read much about alchemy or alchemists in popular fiction. Yeah, I've seen a mention of an alchemy or alchemist here and there about the people who, alchemists are people who turn iron in gold. Or the more popular one was Mr. Nicholas Flamel, who was shown into Philosopher's Stone in Harry Potter. But other than that, I don't think alchemy or its practitioners have been featured anywhere much. So when Audible suggested that I should give Accidental Alchemist a try, I was intrigued. These novels are rather simple. The biggest selling point of these novels is the character of Dorian. He is great. He is French. He is a gargoyle that has come to life. In the first novel of the series, we meet Zoe Faust. She is a very old woman who has lived through a long and interesting life. She's an alchemist, an accidental one who has found the elixir of life in some 1600s, and since then, she's been stuck in 30-something year looking body. As you can imagine, you can't live at a single place for long if you don't age visibly. So Zoe has moved around a lot. We meet her when she is just moving into a new home in Portland, Oregon. She's just moving into this beautiful house with all her unpacking is still in progress. That's when she realized that there is a stowaway in her storage boxes. She sees this 3-foot grey stone gargoyle and a strange start there. This 3-foot grey stone gargoyle wakes up. Not only is he alive, he is in need of assistance. And he has this adorable French accent and he cooks. Zoe is a herbalist and a vegan and an alchemist. Dorian, as a stone gargoyle, was carved originally to be set on Notre Dame Cathedral in Paris. But since he was smaller in size, the gargoyle was gifted to the magician Robert Houdin. who was in his studies mistakenly reading an alchemy book. He brought this stone gargoyle to life. And now, after all these years, this gargoyle is losing its life. It's basically turning back into stone while having his consciousness. So he needs another alchemist to help him out of this dilemma. What we see in pages ahead is a story of friendship, of magic, and of course of alchemy. A story to locate a missing and a legendary object that leads these two unlikely protagonists into shadowy depths of bad people, bad intentions, and profiteers who don't have consciousness. Zoe and Dorian form a great tale of unlikely friendship, of an interdependence that can only be formed between two individuals who are unable to have a social life. There is a lot of alchemy in there about the theory and the practice and the knowledge of it. And there is a lot of recipes. Now, Accidental Alchemist is a great escape for anyone who is looking for something not challenging to read. There is mystery there, don't get me wrong, there's mystery there. But it's not something that needs to be finished in one sitting. It doesn't keep you up at night if you don't finish it. It doesn't pull you to the edge of your seat kind of mystery. There is thrill in it, but it isn't one of those things that elevate your heartbeat. It's a very comfortable story. It's a story that makes you smile. There's a lot of history in it, so you end up learning a lot of history and alchemy, and of course vegan cooking in the meantime. So if you're listening on Audible, you will love the way Dorian sounds. His haughty French sensibilities are fun to listen to. It actually makes you wish for one French gargoyle in your own life. Accidental Alchemist Mysteries is a series that one should pick up for a cozy evening at home with a hot cup of cocoa. Or if you're looking for some interesting vegan recipe. Whatever your need or want, I guess you will find it. You will find something to love in Accidental Alchemist. Thanks for listening today. It was fun talking in your ears. If you like what you heard, please share and subscribe and follow for more. There is much more coming your way, I promise. If you don't like something, please make sure to let me know so we can improve. Thank you very much for taking time today. See you soon.